up? So as you can see, I'm in a different location. Gotta love that. So in a different location because I'm setting up new things. This is where the Christmas tree used to be, but it's no longer here. And I don't feel like moving my tea back. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep this like this or if I'm going to like move around. Eventually I will move back down to my recording room because eventually I will put all my books back and do all the things, but not happening right now. So I have a lot of books to talk to you guys about. I have 11 of them. If you didn't notice in the thumbnail, there was a lot. So some of them are novellas, and it was the end of the year, so lots of recording needs to be done. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right in here. I am gonna be changing the format, not for you guys. You guys will still continue to get all of the full thoughts, feelings, all that type of stuff. But I'm thinking I may do that second like sneak peek video, what have you, is gonna have like maybe 1 or 2, depending on how many books I read during the week, where I'll do like the full review for the same book on both places. And so that I don't have to like cut and splice and do all this kind of overlay work type thing, I may say things differently here than I do over there. So if you watch that one and then you come over and watch this one, it may sound a little different, but know that those are all my thoughts and feelings type thing. So yeah, I think I'll try it out with this one, with this video, to start off. So let me know if that's okay with you guys, because you guys are my patrons, and you know, we'll go from there. It's a new year. So last week, clearing off a whole bunch of stuff, read a whole bunch of novellas. So let's get into the books that I did read last week. Started off the week by finishing Rebel Heart, which is Rush Duet number 2 by Keeland and Penelope Ward. I mean, contemporary. Give it 2 stars. Give it 2.5 Steam fans. Had it as an audiobook, but then found out that I had it in I could get it in KU, so I got it in KU so I could read along with it type thing. And this is the continuation of Rush and Gia's story, and still very immature, very annoying. Finished it just to finish it so I could see how it went. Very Jerry Springer, and I was just like, ugh, can we just stop? I don't know. Normally I enjoy the team up between Vi and Penelope, but this duet was not it at all. It was very sexually driven, and I was just like, why? It's all about the sex and 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 it was just like, please stop. But I'm pregnant and I'm sex, pregnancy sex. And oh my God, he's cheating on her. And then the whole dad thing. And, you know, I was just like, I don't get it. I really kind of hate Red to just finish this one. Yeah. Then I jumped back into the Lunchtime Chronicles series, or novellas, with Double Dipped. This is Lunchtime Chronicles number 15 by Brooklyn Knight. This is a contemporary interracial relationship novella, 3.5 stars, 3.5 Steam fans, ebook in KU, Black author. This one follows Trigger and Candy. We met Trigger and Candy in one of the other books, and I wanted to know their story, but then I read their story and it was like, why did I want to know this story? Because it kind of fell flat. For me. Yeah, and he had a nickname for her. I think it was like, I don't think it was Baby Girl, because normally I don't have an issue with Baby Girl. It was Baby something. I think it was Baby. But there was a nickname that was just like, can we find another nickname for you? Please. Because this one is really annoying. Then I read Mocha Latte, which is Lunchtime Chronicles number 16 by S. London, contemporary interracial relationship novella. Give it 4 stars. Give it 2.5 Steam fans. Ebook, KU, Black author. This one follows Deja and Drake. They had a love, hate, enemies to lovers like thing going on. They hooked up during one of the previous couples from S. London's novellas in this series at their wedding. And I was like, oh, okay. But Deja really kind of, you learn about Deja's background, which is she kind of grew up poor, and Drake had all the money. He was a rich guy, and she could never really wrap her head around why he wanted to be with her other than to like take care of her. And yes, that was a portion of it, but it wasn't to like take care of her because she was impoverished, to like do the white savior thing. It was because he was very much attracted to her and very much into her, and I was here for this story. The next book that I finished was Butter Pecan Gelato. This is Lunchtime Chronicles number 17 by Posey Parks. Placing this in contemporary interracial relationship novella. Give it 4.25 stars. Give it 3 Steam fans. Had this as an ebook. KU, Black author. This is my first time reading Posey's work, and I enjoyed it. We have Maxim, we have Rain. Messy Mandy strikes in this one. She's actually trolling Maxim and Rain. Maxim is a movie star and has been friends with Rain for a long time. The one thing that didn't really rub me the right way was that Maxim and Rain slept with each other a lot, like straight up friends with benefits, but there was also some outside type relationships going on too, so that didn't really rub me the right way. But Messy Mandy decided to jump in and write a blog post about the two of them, how Rain was using Maxim because he's the movie star and she wants to become a party promoter, and when they moved from Atlanta to LA, it just kind of got messy. And this is the first time in the Lunchtime Chronicles where we find Messy Mandy actually like being messy, like in the mix of being messy. So that was kind of a fun little look at it as well. Then I finished reading Honey Dripper, which is Lunchtime Chronicles number 18 by Loren. And this is a contemporary interracial relationship novella. Give it 4.25 stars. Give it 3 Steam fans. Ebook, KU, Black author. This one deals with Grant and Ruby. Grant is part of the Predators MC Club, and I was like, okay. But he is also a romance novelist that writes under the guise of a female author's name or pen name, pseudonym. And when Ruby is looking for the newest release, she happens to go to Grant's bookstore because he's also a independent bookstore owner, and goes to the bookstore. The poor girl that worked at the bookstore sold the last copy. Well, he sees that she is about to like blow her top, and comes out and gives Ruby a signed copy of the book because he's the author and he had a copy. And then they end up hooking up because he invites her back to do like a book club. A book club. And woo, that book club was spicy. So spicy. So spicy. But I really enjoyed it. There were some things about Ruby's past that kind of triggered her, and some things we learn about Grant's past that were interesting and things like that. And I really liked their dynamic. I liked the small little predators sort of feel that we had into it. It really makes me want to go read about the Predators now, the MC Club that Loren has. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Then I read Carolina Reaper, which is Lunchtime Chronicles number 19 by Keta Kendric. Place this in contemporary interracial relationship novella. Give it 4 stars. Give it 3 Steam fans. Ebook, KU, Black author. This one, there are content warnings, guys. There is violence all over this from like the jump. And we have Xyla, and Israel. Israel is connected, is an MC member, and is connected to Xenia's brother, who is in law enforcement. And Israel is sent by Xenia's brother to protect her. And in that time, they end up going to the MC's, this is a different MC, by the way, the MC's compound. And it really kind of gave me some vibes, some not so good vibes. It felt very racist Sons of Anarchy kind of feel to it. So it was like, did they really like respect her? It was weird. It was weird for me. I loved starting Sons of Anarchy, but I did have like those issues with the series and stuff like that at times. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna like try and project that feeling onto this book, but I did enjoy the book, and I am enjoying reading from Keta Kendric. So I will continue on. Next book that I finished was, and the last book of 2021 was Red Velvet, which is Lunchtime Chronicles number 20 by S. Loren, and placing this one in contemporary interracial relationship novella. Give it 4.25 stars. Give it 3.5 Steam fans. Ebook, KU, Black author. This one follows Xyla and Knox, and the two of them have this connection. They also hooked up and were kind of pushed together into each other's worlds through former characters' wedding and things like that. They have been kind of stepping back. Knox is always on the move because of his profession, which is a recovery specialist, and Xyla is very open and into exploring sexuality and things like that. So she's I want to say she's a bit of a professor, but she may just be a librarian in that professional field type thing, in a university type thing. But he comes back, has a job that he has to take care of on her campus, and they rekindle their romance. Xyla is kind of closed off because of some of her personal issues that she has, and you learn those personal issues throughout the story. I really felt they were touching and they were beautiful. I loved the mother of the story, and yes, I don't want to say too much about, that dynamic, because then that would be kind of a spoiler, but I really enjoyed it and things like that. So starting off 2021, I watched The Ball Drop, and then I continued to read, got my first book finish of the year about 40 minutes into the new year, and that was Cocky Catcher by Chiquita. I almost said her name wrong. Cocky Catcher by Chiquita Dennie. I've read from her before, really enjoyed her. This is part of the Cocky Hero series. This is contemporary sports romance, interracial relationship, giving it 4.25 stars, giving it 2.5 Steam fans, because like one of the other Chiquita Dennie books that I read, it was very almost fade to black, but not fade to black. You knew they were doing it. And then there were some glimpses of them doing it. But it wasn't like in your face type doing it. So we have Gage, who is a professional Major League Baseball catcher. And then we have Nina, who is a former Olympic softball player, and they have connections. They keep bumping into each other in the beginning of the book, and then they find out what the connection is, and then they decide to give in to those attractions, and I was here for it. Gage is also a single dad, co-parenting, and the relationship with the co-parent is good, and they're friends, and I liked that dynamic. This one does make you feel like you were dropped into the story, because this book happens prior to a book that I read earlier this month, which was Cocky Billionaire. So that's why I kind of went back and read this one and was like, oh, this is the wedding that Cocky Billionaire built off of. So we have that. But yes, I still feel like I was dropped into the story, because it feels like there's a couple more couples that I need to figure out and find out about to sort of put everything together in this world. Then I finished my sweet potato pie by Lunchtime Chronicles number 21 by Sonja B. I think this may be my first Sonja B story that I've read. This is a contemporary interracial relationship novella. Give it 4.5 stars. So guys, this was a novella that I am giving practically 5 stars to first thing into 2022. This book, this novella had me in tears, in tears. So we have Bianca, who finds out on her 10th wedding anniversary that her husband of 10 years is cheating on her when he serves her with divorce paperwork on their anniversary. And she proceeds to whip some ass, which I was here for. I was like, yes, yes, yes. But she ends up moving to a small town with her best friend, and takes over the rents out a house from the recluse Andrew, who has this touching, oh my God, touching backstory. And I was just like, oh, like I said, had me in tears, and I was here for this story. I cannot wait to read more. And it was such a full-fledged out story that I was just like, oh, yes, yes, yes. It had me swooning. It had me crying. It had me laughing. I was here for this story. And then the book. The next book that I finished was Mystery Meat, which is Lunchtime Chronicles number 22 by Keta Kendric. Place this one in contemporary interracial relationship novella. Give it 4.5 stars. Second one, guys. Second one. Give it 4.5 steam fans. This one is spicy. Spicy. Woo! So we have Carmina, and we have Coulson. Carmina is kind of gets a bad rap because of her profession and things like that. She's been on quite a few bad dates, and while she's discussing this at a diner, this guy slips her this card. Well, she thinks that he just kind of overheard that she needs to purchase barbecue meat for her family gathering. Well, come to find out, that's not the kind of meat that this card allows for. I'm not going to give anything else away, so go read it. Just know that it is spicy. Ooh, so spicy. And Coulson ends up being the mystery meat. I'll just say that. We'll just leave it at that and, go on. Whew. Yes. And then the final book that I finished reading was Southern Comfort, which is Lunchtime Chronicles number 23 by Loren. I don't know where to place this because this book didn't end on a happily ever after. Or happily for now, for that matter. I'm not going to rant about it. I'm just going to say that. It's an interracial. I believe it's interracial. I think. But giving it 3 stars, giving it 3 steam fans, had it as an ebook, KU. And Black author, let me explain why I gave it 3 stars, even though I'm ranting that it didn't have an HEA. And that is because you are given the premise that we have 2 John Wick type characters, male and female. One is promised to the other's brother, and on the wedding day, they fight their way out because they're assassins and badasses. And the whole entire story is them doing the whole John Wick thing, getting out of situations and having some sexy time. I was here for that. But then that ending, I was not happy. Needs to say, I was not happy at all. So what am I currently reading? I am currently reading Dirty Cravings by Wright. This is book number 6 in the Lion and the Mouse series, and I am here for it. Yes. It's a little dense because with Kenya's writing for the Lion and the Mouse series, there is a lot of history and character connection and things like that you need to know to kind of put those pieces together. And I haven't read a Lion and the Mouse book in a couple months, so I'm putting it all back together type thing in my brain so that I can be in the scene for each one of these. But we're still following M, and we're still following Kaz and the pregnancy, and yes, here for it. I am also still reading the rest of the Lunchtime Chronicles, which I am very much enjoying, very much. I think I'm almost to season 4, which is the newest release books. And I'm so looking forward to this because Kenya has a couple of them in there. She actually sent me one of them, Naked Sushi, and I'm so excited to read that one. So I'm super excited to read season 4 because I feel like they're going to be really, really sexy. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging with me. I hope to do... I have some things going on in my brain of some things that I want to bring to you guys here on the Patreon as exclusives, like interviews or maybe some lives or something like that. But let's do 2022 better than we did in 2021. So I will see you guys soon. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.